I see quite a couple of hands here. So technically speaking, few years back, we wouldn't move away from our television. We would have our prime time, we would have our fixed serials. But now we want both, because I have a preference on Netflix and I have a preference on Amazon as well. Which is where it forces you to think that, look at you as a consumer. How have you evolved? Your consumption of content has changed drastically. Moreover, if you're exposed to an image which is in Blu-ray or HD is a given, it's a norm. Anything below an HD is something you will not consume. As a result of which, it's extremely important for you to understand, being in this industry, what are my consumer trends? Where are we going? What are the omni-channels that are available for a person to consume content? And am I able to deliver that content when they want and where they want? So we all need to look at content in a very different way. Having said that, as a service provider, we're very sure that you must be facing multiple challenges at your end. Right from your content creation, to putting it into development, to production, to finalization, to deployment to the end consumer. So what we thought is, as Dun & Bradstreet, that why not we look at certain aspects which are very imperative to industries? Why don't we look at the fact that there is enormous data that has to be created, it has to be stored, it has to reach the market on time, it has to have a subscription, as in the subscribers' information, and you need to be able to give them the content that they want and not what you want to position to them. Okay, so there are these challenges which you will face inevitably, and because you are also pressed with time and your turnaround time for the content and reduced time to the market and security of your content as well, it's very, very important to understand these aspects and see what is a solution. If not a solution, at least a simple makeshift arrangement to check whether this is possible or no. And last but not the least, to make sure that you are more agile and not a laggard. That's the reason why we as Dun & Bradstreet have come up with this conference, where we want to discuss these issues and make sure that when you go back from this small conference, you have 4 or 5 key takeaways which will help you understand that if I need to reach at a particular position X years from now, what is it that I will need to do to have a robust IT architecture? Will it require a lot of, I should say, will it require you to have deep pockets? Will it require you to hire somebody? Will it require you to make certain people redundant? There are a lot of questions. So we were going to focus on making sure that we clear the myths that you have in your mind, have a very intelligent discussion. I'm looking forward to my speakers who will share this kind of insights with us. And last but not the least, I really would appreciate if you ask your questions. This is not a one-sided conversation. We would want you to be as inclusive in this discussion, in ensuring that we have those 2 or 3 key takeaways to come up with a fantastic conclusion of the event. With this, I would like to conclude my opening address. I welcome my speakers and my panelists again, and let's give a big round of applause to all of them. Thank you. I would like to introduce our first speaker for the day, and he is Mr. Ranjit Malakure. He is the Chief Technology Officer, SPI Cinemas Private Limited. He leads the technology department for the SPI Group and has spent the last decade or more deriving